Hello everyone, welcome back. Today I'm making a very simple card and we'll be using the Tasteful Textiles embossing folder and my favorite Prize Peony stamp set. So this is the card that we're making. So I know in my picture I did use a grey flower, but in this one we'll be using a pink peony for our card today. So alright, without further ado, let's get started. So I'm going to bring in my paper trimmer, and what we're going to do is I want to score the card base in half as per usual, and then I want to cut out 2 strips. So I'll have the full measurements in my blog post, but also in the description below, both in centimeters and metric, so don't worry too much about the lengths. But you see I have 2 strips there. So then whilst I thought, well, I had the trimmer here, I might as well cut up my designer series paper. So this is from the Peony Garden Suite. So I love this designer series paper here. So I only need 2 strips, so they will go on the top and the bottom part of our card. So what I will do is I'm just going to fold my card base in half and use my bone folder to give it a nice crease. So I was just looking for my bone folder there. Despite me trying to be organised for my videos, I always find that I leave something behind. So with that middle piece, which was the largest strip, that's going to form that middle section. So I'm just bringing in my petal pink, and I'm just going to use a sponge blending tool just to sort of go around the edges, just to give it a bit of a, I don't know, a nicer finish. I just thought it looked a bit plain without it. So yeah, just going around the edges. It doesn't have to be neat. You can sort of see me just doing it, you know, just a bit on the edges and not, you know, worrying too much about lines and edges. Just wanted to give it a nice, good petal pink edge there. So I thought, well, I'll do my card insert the same as well. So I'm just grabbing my card insert, and again just doing the sponging around the edges there, and once you've finished the card, you'll sort of see why it makes a bit of a difference. Otherwise it would have been a little bit plain on the inside as well. So yeah, so I hope everyone's been well. We're still in lockdown in Victoria, Australia, but it's spring now, so that's a lot better, and I'm excited for spring. So thumbs up if you're excited for spring too. So yeah, I'm just glad to get rid of winter and cold, miserable weather that we've been having stuck indoors. Okay, so now I'm bringing my smoky slate. This is not the greys that's part of this, you know, recommended for this color suite, but I thought I'll use it for stamping my sentiment because I really like this color. So I'm using the Love and Thanks to a Dear Friend from the same Peony Garden stamp set. So yes, I'm glad it's straight. Okay, so whilst I'm here, I might as well do some stamping as well. So let's bring back our card insert, and I'm going to grab the petal pink and stamp a peony just in the little corner on the bottom. I like to just do that with my cards, just looks a bit more polished and finished like that. So again, using the same petal pink, I'm just going to tap, 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 and stamp that on that bottom corner. And then that is done. So I'm pretty happy with that. Okay, so we can put that aside, and I'm going to bring my embossing folder and just put this through the machine. So I'll do that off camera, and now you can see that beautiful texture's just given. So it'll just stand out to make the peony pop a little bit more. So really just like adding those little touches really can make the card become a bit more wow. So that's my peony. So in the original picture I did use grey, and I feel like I prefer the grey, but let me know in the comments below. Do you think the petal pink peony or the grey granite peony in the picture, which one is your favourite? So let me know and comments below. So just using my favourite liquid glue here, and I squirted a little bit too much on the side. I promise I wasn't drunk at the time, but see, it's just the beauty of this glue is it does dry clear. So I've just wiped a bit of the excess away with my finger, but you won't even notice that I used a bit too much glue on that little corner over there. So and just pressing that on. So that's going to be the bottom of the card. So what I decided to, I was going to stick the peony on first with dimensionals, and I thought, hang on, it might be better to actually assemble the card. It might be a little bit easier. So I'm just going to line that bottom piece to the edge, and then I'm going to bring in my liquid glue again and just glue the top and the bottom. So obviously you don't want to glue that middle section because that's going to be, otherwise you'll glue it to the card insert. So lining that up nice and straight, and because it's liquid glue I can wriggle that around a little bit so it's nice and even, well, as straight as the eye can sort of, I just play around with it, but I think I'm pretty happy with that. And yeah, that's a thumbs up there. So I'm bringing my peony. I'm going to use some dimensionals for that, just to give it some dimension, I guess. Peonies. So what are your favourite flowers? I'm also loving the sunflowers, and it's springtime here now in Victoria, Australia. So I'm loving the warmer weather, and I'm definitely loving all the blooms that come out as well. And it looks like I've had a bit of problems with the dimensional there. So I've liked using the edge pieces just for these little thin bits on the stem of that peony. So perfect for that little section there. So just going to sort of rearrange that, that little bottom bit. I might have to glue on actually, or use a mini dimensional. It sticks out a little bit. But now I am going to tie a bow, and you will see me struggle. So I will fast forward this. I don't know what it is. As soon as the camera is on, I cannot tie a bow to save my life. But I thought, look, you know what? Let's keep it in there. I'm trying to keep it real. And you see me struggle, and it was quite amusing to watch actually. So, but I get there in the end. So I'm pretty happy with how it looks. But it did take me a lot longer than what was this fast forward mode. So yep, I liking the size of that. So I will use some mini glue dots, and I do use a special fabric scissors for my ribbon, just so I don't blunt my paper ones. But here we are, just using the mini glue dot, and I'm just going to stick that on. And I think we are done with the front, and I'm just going to show you the excuse me. Yeah, so just clearing out that frog in my throat. So using my liquid glue, I'm just going to show stick the insert in there, so you can sort of see now sponging the edges just gave it a little bit more oomph, I guess. And so when you close that, it just ties everything a bit more nicely in. It's not so plain. So, and that is the final card. So I hope you guys do like it, and please leave a comment in below or give me a thumbs up. But that's my other card. I use a different sentiment for that one there, but also I did make a couple of variations because I love how this turned out. So thank you so much for watching, everyone, and please give this video a thumbs up, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks. See ya.